find yourself trying to deal with a situation so painful, it just keeps cycling in and out of your thoughts and almost hijacking your emotions, a day can start out so great, and then in a moment, an unexpected trigger just sends you spiraling in pain. And you start to wonder, am I ever going to find healing and peace again? I understand. In the past several years, my family and I have been through a really devastating season. And through a series of heartbreaking events, my marriage imploded. I was so caught off guard and honestly in a state of shock, and not just for a few months. It was like the pain and uncertainty was never going to go away. It lasted over 2 years. And I really was not sure if I'd ever write another book. But as I finally picked up the pen again and scribbled basic thoughts around what I'd been learning during this long season of pain, forgiveness seemed to be such a present need in my life. But what seriously started tripping me up when I started studying what the Bible teaches about forgiveness was my sudden realization of how my need for fairness makes me so resistant to this idea of forgiveness. Forgiveness sounds really nice and spiritually mature until you're the one that has to give it. And then giving it to people who've deeply hurt me, well, that became incredibly problematic. But what if forgiveness isn't supposed to be another hard thing we have to do? What if it's that forgiveness is that necessary step that we need to take to finally experience the peace we desperately want but can't get any other way? What if forgiveness is what's been missing in all the relational chaos that we're all just so worn out from dealing with in our lives? That's why we're going to do all this hard and holy work of forgiveness together. In forgiving what you can't forget, in this study, we're going to learn how to move on even when the other person refuses to change and never says they're sorry. Together, we're going to walk through a step-by-step process that will help us get free from the hurts of our past and feel less offended today. We're going to discover what the Bible really says about forgiveness and the peace that comes from living it out right now. We're also going to identify what's stealing trust and vulnerability from our relationships so that we can believe there's still good stuff ahead. And maybe one of the most significant to me is that we're going to disempower the triggers hijacking our emotions by learning how to embrace the 2 necessary parts of forgiveness. But together, I think we're going to learn a lot and finally understand why forgiveness is one of the most crucial and beautiful gifts from God.